James Henderson, manager of the Lowland Investment Company. I wonder if you can just tell me what effect the collapse in the oil price has had on the industrial stocks that you're owning at the moment.
It will be very beneficial for many industrial companies. Energy is a large component of people's costs, so in time, as that lower energy price feeds through, you will see some costs fall. At the same time, people's top line sales growth is reasonable. The global economy is growing, and that growth will be encouraged by lower oil prices. So you're getting top line growth and a cost line that may be coming down marginally, and the effect of that will be to increase margin, and that will surprise people because many people believe industrial margins are at peaks at the moment. Actually, this lower oil price could even put it further. There is one area, of course, some of the industrial companies do things for the oil industry, and some of them will be suffering in the short term. But overall, the benefit to the global economy of lower oil price is being underestimated. At the same time, the benefit to many companies' costs is also not being put through in some of the earnings forecasts. So I think there will be steady upgrades of earnings forecasts for some of the big energy using companies.
And can you give me some examples of the companies that you're favouring at the moment?
I think the automotive related companies, GKN for instance, will benefit. Automotive generally could benefit. There has been, for instance, in heavy trucks, there hasn't been much replacement in recent years, particularly in Europe, because of people holding back on capital spend. Some of those trucks will be coming to the end of their lives over time. There will be a replacement cycle going on. At the same, that will be encouraged by a bit of economic growth. So companies that are dealing with that market will benefit. I mean, a small company in the portfolio that would benefit from that would be Castings, one of the premier foundry companies in the UK today. After a period where they've got costs under control, they'll now hopefully be seeing a bit of top line growth, and we'll hopefully see strong profits growth in time.
So plenty of opportunity?
There's plenty of opportunity in the UK, particularly in some of the industrials, I think. There are opportunities in small companies more generally. I've got about 5% of the portfolio in university spin-outs. These are very different sorts of companies to those industrials we were talking about, but they have got products coming through over the next few years that will have real advantages and replace existing products in the market. One of the larger holdings would be IP Group in Lowland. IP is the commercialisation of good ideas coming out of our universities. It's a very exciting area.
Are you in the camp of those expecting a market correction, especially given that we're about to suffer at least one general election this year?
Yes, I don't know about politics, in that politics rarely affects the stock market. What will affect remember, the majority of the UK earnings come from overseas, so I don't think politics will have an effect. What will matter will be that companies produce earnings growth by selling good product around the globe, and that's what I'll be focusing on. If elections lead to any weakness, we've got a bit of scope to add to some positions, particularly in companies that are genuinely international, that are genuinely excellent, that are genuinely growing their market positions.
And finally, how is euro weakness affecting the prospects for British companies?
Well, the euro weakness, I suppose, has meant sterling has fallen a bit against the dollar. That's obviously helping some companies marginally. It will put costs up for other companies. The weaker dollar, but the strong dollar, obviously makes the American market a bit better for the UK companies. For an income fund, it has an interesting effect because we receive a lot of dividends in dollars, and this means that the value of those dividends to a UK resident is going up. So I'm finding my revenue forecast, my prediction of what dividends we're going to pay, are going up quite strongly at the moment. And that might surprise because people are on the whole saying dividends are fairly flat. That's not what I'm seeing in the underlying companies, and this dividend is further going to be enhanced by this dollar strength.
James, thank you very much.